good evening everyone and welcome to Tracey's Cakes. My name's Tracey Mann from Tracey Mann Cakes, and this evening we're going to be doing another cake for you for Christmas. So tonight we're going to be doing a frosty, what did you call it, Kelly?
Frosty Penguin Christmas cake.
Christmas
tree cake.
Frosty Penguin Christmas tree cake. It's a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, the delightful Kelly has come up with this name for me this evening. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
So I'm not here on my own. I've got my daughter here with me, Kelly.
Hello.
So there she is. So if you have any questions this evening and you want to ask us anything while we're live, then do please let us know. We'll do everything we can to try and answer those questions for you. You can see at the bottom of the screen at the moment, that's our website address. So if you are interested in purchasing any of the items that we're showing you this evening to make this cake, then go to that particular page and you will be able to find us. Also, we are streaming live on YouTube. So if you have any difficulties during the live on Facebook with whatever, then do pop across to my YouTube channel. I'll pop that up quickly for you so you can see it. So if you are finding it difficult to watch on Facebook, you can go across to YouTube and watch on there. So there you go. All right, so we're streaming on YouTube and also on Facebook at the moment. So we're going to get started in just a minute. We're actually going to do some chocolate tempering tonight, when I can even say it properly. We're going to do some chocolate tempering tonight. We haven't done that for a while, so we're going to do that live as well. We're going to make some things using some chocolate transfer sheets. We're then going to ice a cake completely, and we're going to decorate it with some cookies. So there's an awful lot to get done in a couple of hours. So thank you very much for those of you that are joining us. Well done to everybody who gets to the end as well. If you do tune in halfway through, you will be able to watch it back at the end, because the stream will then go live for you to then watch again, so you'll be able to see it. So we're going to be using Calabao chocolate tonight. Now, Calabao normally looks like this. This is what we're used to with Calabao chocolate. It looks like this. Now, with Calabao chocolate at the moment, trying to get hold of these bags is very, very difficult. So what we've done this year is we have actually ordered 10 kilo bags. Now, 10 kilo bags are huge. You won't want one of those. And we have put it into our own bags this year. So that is that. Okay, it's the same chocolate, but we've put it into a different bag because the small bags are very, very difficult to get hold of. I know I've got one, but it's a very rare one. It is actually the only one I have. So we're now moving.
And it's only a 400.
And it's only a 400. So we've gone for 500 gram bags of these because we are using them for our kits as well. So anybody who is interested in the Christmas tree kits, we do include a bag of chocolate in those as well. And the method I'm going to be using tonight to do some tempering with the transfer sheets is the method you're going to need to use those Christmas tree mould. So if you have bought one of the Christmas tree moulds, you will need to follow this along, because otherwise you're going to have some difficulties. So in a minute, I'm going to show you the Christmas tree being made, because we did film that earlier today. Now, what I haven't done in that particular video is talk in depth about doing melting the chocolate, because we're going to do that in a minute, because we're going to move across and have a look at some transfer sheets. But we wanted to show you the whole process tonight of how to set up the Christmas tree, which is our famous Christmas tree mould. So we're going to have a look at that video now, and then we're going to start doing some chocolate tempering for you. So I've got to find the video, just a minute. So I'm going to show you now how to use the Christmas tree mould. So I've got my tempered chocolate. So that's the chocolate that's gone through the melting process of 30 seconds on full power. Take it out of the microwave and stir it. Put it back into the microwave for another 10 seconds and do 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir until it's completely melted. So don't just rush through the whole process. You need to take it to the point where it feels like double cream. And once you get to that point, then you will have correctly melted your Belgian chocolate. So that's really, really important. Don't skip that part and don't try and do it any other way. Let's put that in there for a second. Once you've got it into there, you give it a bit of a tap. All the air bubbles will come to the top. Now, because that's quite a large piece of chocolate there, you're going to need to leave this in the fridge for at least half an hour to get this piece here to set. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to pop it into the fridge. Okay, that's our one and only video this evening. I need to take that down as well. There we are. So that's our one and only video this evening. So everything else that we're doing tonight will be live. So that's how we made the Christmas tree earlier today. It's been in the fridge and obviously had the setting time of half an hour. And we're going to build it shortly when we start to do our transfer sheets, which is the next job that we're going to do. So for those of you that don't know what a chocolate transfer sheet is, I'm going to turn this camera down and you can see the one that we're going to use this evening. So the one we're going to use this evening is penguins, because we're doing a penguin themed cake tonight. So there we go. So this is an acetate sheet with a penguin on it, lots of penguins in this case, and when you turn it over it has the pattern on this side. So this is cocoa butter that's been sprayed into a pattern, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the chocolate onto this sheet, pop it into the fridge. When we bring it back out, the print will have picked up and glued itself to the chocolate. Well, that's the theory anyway. That's what we all hope for. That's what we're really relying on. So that's what a chocolate transfer sheet is. So it's a single use only. Once you take the print off, then that's it. You are left with a blank sheet. So that's what we're going to be doing in just a second. So we're going to have a look now at the chocolate we're going to be using. So we are going to be using lovely Calabash. We're going to start with that.
How much did you say that it takes to achieve?
275, or just under 2, well, it's around 250 for a tree. Another camera on the go this evening, so you can have a look at that. So what we're going to do is we're going to melt this chocolate. That's what it looks like when it comes out of the bag. And then we're going to, so we're going through the melting process now, and then we're going to build our tree, which we have got out of the fridge from earlier today. So I'm going to bring all that in. Actually, I'll do that later on. I'll do that when I finish my penguins. I'll do my penguins first. So there we go. Right, so the key items here: plastic bowl, not glass bowl, plastic bowl, plastic scraper here as well to mix the chocolate. I don't need huge amounts of chocolate for this because I'm literally doing my penguins and building my tree, so I shouldn't need too much of this. I've got a 400-gram bag. I'm probably going to melt half. Which will probably be too much, but it doesn't matter. I'd rather have a little bit more anyway. So that's what we're going to be doing. Right, let's switch over to the microwave. So I need to just move my chair out of the way. And we're going to pop this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's gone in there on full power. So full power for my microwave, I think is 850, something like that. Actually, this microwave for some reason is the coldest one I own, isn't it?
The one in the cake room burns.
Yeah, the one at home is like a rocket. It's brilliant. This one does take a little bit longer. So the first thing you're going to do, full power, 30 seconds, chocolate in a plastic bowl into the microwave. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wait for that to melt. And then we're going to bring it out of the microwave and we're going to stir it. And then we're going to put it back in for 10-second intervals until it's completely melted. Now, that whilst this seems like a little bit of a faff, it is a bit of a faff. However, it is well worth doing, because if you do it any other way, you're going to have a problem, because what you're doing is very carefully increasing the temperature of the chocolate without burning it and overheating it. So what I do in the early stages is just literally shake my bowl to stop any hot spots forming, because there is literally nothing to see. There's no changes for quite a period of time. Okay. It's a quick way of doing it, don't tell anybody. So that's how you're going to do that. You're going to put your chocolate in and we're just going to keep removing it every 10 seconds. So it's 30 seconds first, then it's 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir. So we've got nothing going on at the moment. It all looks exactly the same. However, the chocolate will be starting to melt, so there's no question about it, even though it doesn't look like it. It's a bit like butter. If you put butter into the microwave for 10 seconds, it melts really quickly, so it's kind of the same thing. You think nothing's happening, but it is. Give it another mix. Okay, so we're going to carry on doing that. So 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir, out in and out of the microwave. I want to get my...
Apparently the microwave makes a big noise.
Does it? What, me slamming the doors?
I don't know. Someone says they're wearing headphones.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably every time I slam the door. Either that's my laugh, one or the other. So we're going to keep this process going. It won't take long. It'll take us about 2 minutes, something like that. Once we've gone through this process, then the chocolate will be ready to use, and then we can build our tree and we can get our penguins ready, and then we'll have everything done that we need to do our tree. Isn't that right, Kel? So we have made some TikToks on TikTok videos on making a chocolate Christmas tree. We've also got a new one out today on making mini snow globes to go on top of cupcakes. So if anybody is sat there waiting, if you go onto TikTok and if you want to follow us on there, we are at Tracey Mann Cakes. You'll also see lots of videos appearing on the rest of my social media, which is also at, what have I got? Tracey Mann Cake Demonstrations and Let's Shop Cake Live. So if you want to go across and look at any of those as well, then you will be able to see it. I'm putting a plastic spatula inside the microwave. There's nothing metal in there, it's just a plastic side scraper, so it'll be fine in there. We won't have any problems, but yeah, it probably is the door. But I've got to keep opening the door. Sorry about that. You're nearly there. So what it's starting to do now, it's starting to thicken up, which means the chocolate is starting to melt, so it just starts to go thick, and what we're looking for is the consistency of double cream. That's what we're aiming for with this particular chocolate. So we're looking visually. I don't use a thermometer at all. I don't like them because it just I would spend too long looking at them, whereas I can just look at it visually, and I should know and be able to tell whether that chocolate is melted okay. So you should be able to look at it and see that it is melted okay. So we've probably got a few more rounds. I'll give you a quick look under the camera at the moment so you can see where we are. There we go. So that's where we are at the moment. So it's quite thick, but when you get to this point, it actually melts really quickly. So it changes very quickly at this point. This is when you need to start being a bit careful, because the last thing you don't want to do is overheat the chocolate, because if you overheat the chocolate, then it's not going to come out of that mould. I get people asking me this time of year about greasing the moulds and all this kind of stuff, and you don't need to grease any chocolate moulds, you just need to get your tempering right, which is what we're doing at the moment. Give it another mix. Right. So I'm just looking up for my glasses. Just trying to read something on the screen. What do I look like, honestly? Let's give this another mix. And when you get towards the end as well, the stirring is as important as the heat. So as you get towards the end, you do need to be stirring it as much as you need to be applying this heat. It's very important, because you're spreading the heat around the bowl. Okay, that probably is it, I would think. Maybe one more. I'll know in a minute when I've done it. Let's have a look. I think maybe 5 more seconds and we'll be there. And no, I won't. No one else's ears will hurt, will they? Right, a few more seconds and we're done. Let's have a look on this camera here. So that's what we've got at the moment. So you want to get all the chocolate off the sides, and then you'll see when I run it down like that, it's got the consistency of double cream. So it's not running really, really loose. You see, it's making a bit of a trail. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm just going to make sure it's completely mixed, and then we're going to get it in a piping bag, and we will start the process of doing these penguins. So my idea of using a piping bag, or getting chocolate into a piping bag, evolves around me using a cup, because it's a lot easier. So I'm going to do that. So I've got a piping bag in there. I'm just going to pour my chocolate into there like so. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Kelly will move that for me in a second, won't you, Cal? Okay, yeah. I just put it to one side so we might need it later. Okay, take that out of the way. Right, so we've got our piping bag here. Now we're going to start with the penguins. So we're going to switch cameras and come down onto this camera here. So I've got these up this way. You can see that this is the underside of this. Right, I'm just going to bring my chair in because I'm going to need to sit down for this bit so I can reach them. Just about get my legs under there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just pipe a little bit of chocolate on lots of these penguins. So I'm going to isolate these penguins on their own. That's the plan anyway. So literally just covering the penguins individually. Now of course you don't have to do this. You can just spread the chocolate straight across the sheet. And
just so you know, you can't really see.
You'll be able to see in a second when I move down. Let me stop for a second.
It's because it's like directly over the top.
We are directly over the top. Let's move it down a bit. Is that any better? Oh, you can't see for the minute.
I haven't even got to the point where you've stopped.
Okay. Hopefully you'll be able to see a bit better in a second. So I'm literally just
you can see better.
piping chocolate over these penguins. So we've got a few different transfer sheets, a few different images. We've got the gingerbread man. He's just arrived actually. He's very late this year, late to the party. We've got the penguins. We've got
Santa
Claus. We've got snowman.
Snowman.
I love the snowman. That's why we've got so many of them, because I love him. We've got the snowman one as well, that you can do exactly the same as what I'm doing now. You can do...
There's snowflakes.
There are snowflakes if you want to pick out individual ones. So this isn't normal, by the way. You wouldn't normally do this. It's just that I kind of came up...
It's a different method to use.
Yeah, we came up with this last year. Was it last year? We started doing it on different things. I don't really know why I'm ending up this bizarre pattern either, to be perfectly honest. I'm just kind of heading around things at the moment while I'm just filling them in. So I've kind of gone off on a bit of a whim here. I think I was just trying to make sure you could actually see. So we're just going to do some random penguins. Am I still on screen? Just. Yeah. Let's go up there a little bit. Yeah, I was trying to make sure you could see. So we'll just, now these won't take very long to dry, but we are going to put them into the fridge to dry, because they will need probably not long, 10 minutes, something like that. But we're actually going to give them a bit longer because we're going to carry on with another job while they're setting. So we're going to, I don't really know how many we need, to be perfectly honest. So we're just going to do a load. Now, of course, you can be more economical with this, and you can just kind of section a piece off and just cut those, do those penguins, and then you'd have a little bit left over to do something else. So I'm sure you could work more organised than me at the moment. Sometimes you get on lives and you just have to go for it. So you never know what's going to happen. You can use these also on little biscuits, or if you were making chocolate brownies or something over Christmas and you wanted to put a little penguin on it, or a little Father Christmas, little chocolate Father Christmas. These are edible, completely edible. So they're really quite sweet to do. That's the plan anyway. So I'll just keep going. A few more. Just want to try and make sure I've got enough to do this. I might change my mind later on, you never know. Well, we always talk about my drawings, don't we, Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
So we always draw out these cakes before we go live, and believe you me, drawings are terrible. So when we go live, we just have to kind of hope what we drew out is going to roughly work. So we haven't done this cake before. We just plan it, we think about it, we go, yeah, that should be okay, and then we do it.
And then make the rest up as we go along.
And then we're just making it up sometimes as we go along and start changing things around. So the idea with tonight's cake is it's going to be sort of a blue and white theme. That's the idea with tonight's cake. So kind of a frosty theme with penguins, obviously. So I think we're nearly done with penguins now. More. There's obviously going to be a lot of penguins on this cake, as you can see. There's a bit of a giveaway, isn't there? If we like them. We'll do, how many more should we do, Kelly, do you think?
5?
Do you think we've got enough?
Yeah.
Yeah? That sounded convincing.
Yeah, I definitely think we have enough.
Yeah, I think we've got enough penguins.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Okay. All right, let's let's do 2 more and then we'll call it quits, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. So there's our penguins. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that bag down for a second. We're going to move this to the fridge because that's where we need to put it to get it to set. So let's move that out of the way, and then we're going to bring the tree in and we're going to assemble that next. Let's pop this into my fridge. There we go. Right, we're going to bring the tree in and we're going to decorate that straight away while we've still got the chocolate. Let's press the right button, there we go. Okay, so here is our Christmas tree. Now you can build a tree without using this large part here. So if you want to make more trees with less chocolate, then don't make that part there, because that part there is about 50% of the chocolate. It's quite a large part. But we're going to do the full tree. So all we're going to do is literally take hold of some chocolate. It's just started to set at the end of my bag now, so we're going to just... There we go. So what we're going to do is put a blob on like that, pop that into the centre, just tip it upside down just to make sure it is central, which it is. And then I'm just going to go around the outside edge. I'm not going to fill up the centre of this. So if you wanted to put some sweets in there or something, then you can. But I'm going to just literally just position these as we go. There we go. Like so. Put another one in there like that. Hold it still so it's not sliding about all over the place, and then round we go again, and we'll pop another one on there. It's like a little building here. This is a lovely activity if you wanted to do this at Christmas, if you wanted to make some Christmas trees and then perhaps paint them nearer the time. Did we say we were going to paint this frozen blue, this star, separately? Yeah, we are going to have to, aren't we? Because otherwise it's going to go everywhere. Right.
Unless you cocoa butter paint through.
Well, that's what I was umming and ahhing about. Don't
risk it.
No, we'll do the frozen blue on here. Right, we're going to have a go at buffing this with...
Are you doing it straight away?
Well, yeah, because otherwise it's going to be... I'll just do this little one here because we need to get it stuck down because the chocolate will set otherwise. Okay, so I'm just taking some frozen blue, which is a Sugar and Crumbs Wonder Dust, which is fabulous. And I did mention at the start of our Christmas selection of all the Wonder Dusts that we were going to be using, and this is one of them. We're also using Snowstorm. We're also using Bright Gold. We used last week. What other one are we using? So those 3 mainly, isn't it? Those are the 3 we've picked on. Frozen Blue, Snowstorm, Bright Gold, oh, and Whisper Pink. I knew there was another one. Whisper Pink is the one that we did
the pink
Christmas tree with, which is again on our TikTok that we did last week. So we're just going to go over this, just give it a quick, and you could put this on with cocoa butter, but I'm just going to kind of try and buff it on if I can. We'll see how it goes. It looks like it's okay, as best that we can. Yeah, perfect. Amazing actually, once you put it with the tree, you can actually see quite a difference. But I'm just trying to control the amount of Wonder Dust that's going to go flying everywhere, mainly in my direction. So the chocolate is now setting rapidly. So I'm just going to pop the bag into the microwave, literally for about 10 seconds so that I can actually get it to move. Because chocolate, because it's gone through the tempering process, it will set very, very quickly. So I need to make sure I can actually move it around a bit, which I now can. Excellent. Okay, let's see where we are. So what we might do is go onto a different camera. Let's have a look down here. Right. Okay, we'll move on to this camera here so we can see it being decorated. So we'll pop that onto there, and then what we'll do is tip that camera a little bit so you can see a bit better. There we go. And we'll grab some of the chocolate and we'll pop that on top of the tree. There we go. It's going to match the rest of our cake. And then we have got some of our frozen blue sprinkles. So these are our own making, except I can't reach them. What did I do with them?
I don't know.
Oh, they're behind me. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do it unless they're behind me, am I? Right, so frozen blue sprinkles. So these are what we've made up ourselves, and we're going to decorate our tree with some frozen blue sprinkles. So we're going to use some chocolate, which hopefully I'll be able to keep going just about.
It is really cold in here.
I know it is. So we're just going to pop on some snowflakes to start with
I
now.
gave you a tool.
You did, but I can't remember what I did with it. Can you? I moved it. I think I put it into that pot. I was thinking more at the moment a tray.
A tray.
When those blue ones start going everywhere. So we'll put on a few little, so it's basically got silver stars and snowflakes and then these little blue sprinkles in the middle, which we're kind of guaranteed to spill everywhere. There we go.
What do I need? A tray?
Yeah, a box actually. Behind that curtain there's a lid. That'll do. We'll stand it in that. Up the top there, Kelly. Left, over there on that box. There is a lid up there. We stand it in that and then we can catch our sprinkles. That'll do. Top. We'll go posh and we'll put that in there and then we can catch our sprinkles at the end if we need to.
The lighting's a bit funny on here. Don't know why on camera it looks really weird. It's like very dark.
Okay, well it shouldn't be.
Oh, we've not got this light on.
We're missing a light. Okay, right, let's get this underway. So we're going to just take our little sprinkles from our pot. There we go. And we'll just do some going around the edge. But what we want to make sure we do is get some of these blue ones, because the whole purpose of this tree tonight, or this whole thing, it's a white, blue, silver theme. So we want to make sure that we capture some of these as we go. You don't have to stick these on with chocolate. You can just use some royal icing. Anything like that is fine. I'll just start to put these on.
Use the tool.
Kelly,
I'll put it right next to you.
I know.
Don't you dare.
don't look at me like that.
Do you want any help?
No, thank you. I'm going to use your special tool just for you, but I still think it'll go absolutely everywhere. I prefer to do it with my fingers. Right, there we go. So we're just going to put a few on. We're not going to go around the whole thing. Is that right? Kelly Mann?
Huh?
I'm talking to you. You're having a little...
Well, I'm reading a comment.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying?
Nothing. Just checking you're listening to me. I said I'm just going to put... What's happening is the chocolate's setting really quickly. Oh, let me put this back in the microwave. That would help me, wouldn't it? Let's get the chocolate going again. So we're just going to put some little blue decorations on this going all the way around. So what I don't really want to do is to end up with too much in one place. I want to just use the little blue sprinkles as highlights. That's better. Oh, wonderful. Now the chocolate's working. That's good. Right. There you go. It's pouring out now. It's gone the other way. Oh, I love sprinkles on a live. It's just the best
Well,
thing
I'm
ever.
happy to do them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least we can show it's very homegrown today, isn't it? If anything else. Right. I'm going to put this on with a paintbrush. I can't do this like this. It's driving me crazy. Right. Oh, that's better. Heaven on earth. Right. I should stick to the ways I always do it. Never try and do anything different on a live, that's for sure. Oh God, you see, that looks nice, doesn't it?
I don't know, I'll tell you in about 20 seconds.
There we go. That's better. Never try and do anything fancy when you're on a live. Just stick to what you do normally, even if it looks like a total mess. This is my comfort zone, everybody. So we're doing it this way.
Making a mess.
Making a mess. There we go. Happy days. That's better. Now I'm happy. Right, let's put a bit more chocolate.
If you couldn't tell by her tone of voice earlier, she was not happy.
Yeah.
At all.
It's very giveaway, isn't it, Kel? Now we'll go down here. So I don't really want too many blue sprinkles on there, just a few. Right, let's get some on the bottom here. Right, there we go. Stick that on there, like so. See, that looks nice. Oh, I've done them. I've gone against my method now. My paintbrush method, which is much easier. Let's put some more on there. I'm in the element now. How am I doing, Kel?
Lovely.
There was a pause.
What's that?
I'm looking at you now.
I'm sure you are looking at me, and I'm looking straight back at you.
You little monkey, aren't you? Right, let's get to the bottom. There we go.
Try and put some big stars on
I
there.
will do. I'm going to go back and do those. I just want to get the little bits on first. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Is that
I
enough?
said, you know about me saying earlier you weren't happy, Pixie says, it's because you kept slamming that microwave door.
I don't normally do chocolate tempering live, but because we've sold so many Christmas trees, I'm a bit worried that people are going to be doing them without tempering their chocolate. So I thought we'd better actually show you what to do. That is why. Right, we're going round now. Actually, no, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to turn that box. I'm just going to turn the tree. Probably easier. Okay, well, I'm sure if you were doing this at home, you would spend a lot more time on this than what I'm spending, because obviously we're on a live, so we don't have very long to spend doing it. But if you were, then I'm sure you would make a beautiful tree that looks better than mine. Isn't that right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Except I'm getting showered in chocolate in the process. I say you can use royal icing as well. You don't have to use chocolate. Chocolate does set really quickly. That's always the benefit of using chocolate. And because you've just assembled your tree, we've got a bit of chocolate available, so we can just go in there and start doing it straight away. So that's kind of why it's easier to just do it with chocolate. Got a tray underneath just to capture any sprinkles that go flying everywhere. We can pick those up at the end, put them back in our pot, ready to use again, unless they've got chocolate on them, of course. There we go. We're going to use them for our cake later on, hopefully anyway, all being well. So we've kind of started the other way round this week, because normally we do the cover the cake first, because we are actually doing cake tonight, but we're doing that last. So we're making some of the decorations first, because
we don't want
wonder dust everywhere, because normally it gets absolutely everywhere and then it makes the demo really hard. So we thought we'd try it the other way around this week. So we're going to do our decorations as best we can. Some of these will stick eventually, she says. All right, there we go. So this is our frozen blue sprinkles. We got 3 lots of sprinkles. We've got Christmas tree originals that we had last year. We've got those, bought those back again because they were so popular. The good old classic Christmas tree sprinkles, which is sort of the reds and golds, lots of different colours. And then we've got the pink ones as well, which we used on one of our TikTok videos to make a pink Christmas tree. We've got a pink Christmas tree kit as well, which has the Whisper Pink Wonder Dust in it. We didn't provide it with pink chocolate this year. We went for white chocolate and then we dusted it this year with Whisper Pink, because actually that looked really nice. So we thought we'd do that instead.
That was my idea.
That was your idea, Miss Kelly.
Taking full credit for it.
I'm not saying you're not. There we go. Oh, actually it's looking fab now. I'm happy now.
Oh,
Now I've got round this side.
I knew it wouldn't.
Yeah, I know, but I just, yeah, it doesn't look like my drawing, does it?
No.
No.
As I say, we should do side by side.
Yeah, let's not, because it would be, no one would want
Or we
to.
should play like a Christmas guessing game. Just like, you win a prize every time we post a picture and you can guess which of our previous lives the drawing is of. Because honestly, I don't think anyone will get it.
No.
Even I wouldn't get it.
Look at that. That actually looks really nice now.
You sound so surprised, Mum.
Yeah, well, you know, you don't know, do you, until you get going. Actually, that is lovely. I'm liking this now a lot. Okay, a few more blue sprinkles at the bottom here. I think it's because it's building now. There we go. I want to get some more blue ones up there as well. It's just trying to keep going before this chocolate sets. That's the key to this. Keep going. And then I'll get some of your bigger stars on, Kel. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. That is a really nice colour combo, actually.
I love how shocked you are.
I am. Well, we have these ideas and we're never sure. Well, I'm never sure
I'm
sometimes.
the one who made the mix.
Yeah, well, we know. But I mean with the white chocolate.
Yeah.
No, I mean like this.
Yeah, I trust.
Trust the process
I
again.
trust the process.
Okay. Let's put a few more down there. Right, let's get some of these gold stars on in a second. Let's finish the little blue bits at the bottom. Right, let's get some of these bigger stars on then. So we'll pop those so that at least they try and look like they should be somewhere planned rather than me just sort of chucking them at the cake or the tree. Okay, let's put one down there. Not too many because I don't want to detract from my nice blue one. You could, of course, if you want to change the silver stars to blue, so if you want to have more blue stars.
Just remember not to, we've still got those to put on the tree.
Oh yeah, forgot about those. Well, if I've got space, if not, I'll just leave those off and just do them on the garlands.
Okay.
You know I'm going to forget they're in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we do that in a live once?
Yeah. We opened the fridge and voila, inside was a load of decorations we forgot to use, wasn't there? It was a bit of a disaster actually. Not today though, we're not going to do that today. We're going to be fine, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to remember.
There we go. I think that looks rather nice. What do you think, Cal?
I agree.
Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Needs some sparkle. Yeah, we can stick some finishing sparkle on it, but we're going to sparkle up the whole thing so we can do that bit there. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more blue there because that's annoying me now. There we go. Not that I'm fussy, hey? I heard that, Kelly.
I merely laugh.
There you go. You wonder where you get it from. There we go. All right. Yep, happy with that. So if I take that out from that messy area in a second, we'll leave all that in there because we're going to need that later on. So I'm just going to pass this over to Kelly so we can see our tree without all the mess in it. There we go. Just grab that. There you go. Doesn't that look lovely? I think that looks really sweet. If you wanted to stick some sparkle on it, if you grab a bit of finishing sparkle, then you can just put that just lightly over the top. We won't go mad with that because we don't want to make it too sparkly for what we're doing. So just a little bit of sparkle on there. There we go. And that's the thing on there. So what you mean about being dark, isn't it? Might be just the camera angle, but anyway, there we go. Right, so that's the Christmas tree for the top of our cake tonight. So that's that part done. We've done the penguins already, so we've done loads already. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at our penguin cookie cutter. So I'm going to move my tree out of the way. So I'm going to pick it up very carefully and I'm going to put it over here so I don't damage it. I'm quite pleased with that. Oh, good. Something's gone right. That's all right. Let's get that out of the way. Everything's got chocolate on it, mind you, but at least it's at least everything's going
Where's,
well.
the finishing sparkle, do you know?
No, I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Right, let me move these bits out of the way. Try and get some control over what we're doing. Okay, pop that in there. So that when the camera goes down to my work area, it doesn't look like a total mess. We do try. Well, I try, but it's not always possible. Right. Done. Okay. Thank goodness for large plastic side scrapers. That's all I'm going to say. Right, okay, let's have a think for a minute. So, the next thing we're going to do, so we're doing a penguin Christmas tree thing tonight. So we're going to have a look at penguin cookies. So this is our penguin cookie cutter and we're going to decorate these next. So that's the next thing. I'm just going to grab a board, just get the chocolate off it, spread it in Kelly's direction. And I'm going to make these, or I made these earlier today. I made them, don't faint. So... there they are. So we've got 3 little penguins here. This is our penguin cookie cutter. So we're going to have a go at how you get this basically to work. So we're going to start by organising ourselves a bit. So we're going to get some, we did actually make some paste up in advance. So we have got black, we have got navy blue, we have got, that's white, looks like white. And we are going to use some royal icing, and Kelly is going to pass me a pot.
Yeah, I will.
No, I'm going to get my own pot.
Okay, sorry, I've just been trying to find the
Can you move that table so I can actually get in here?
That's it.
That's fine, that'll do.
Sorry, I just couldn't find the cutter.
No, that's fine. So we will grab some royal icing. Okay, just put that into the bottom of this. So we need a little bit of royal icing just to create a bit of a glue so that we can stick our sugar paste down. So you can do any of these cutters with cookies, obviously with royal icing, but we're going to just do ours with sugar paste because it's quicker. And we like quick. That's goes down well with all of us, I think. So what we're going to do, we're going to move those out of the way to start with. We're going to grab hold of some black sugar paste. I'm going to put a little bit of icing sugar down. I'm just going to put a bit of Trex on my hand just to make sure that I don't end up with it stuck to me, which is quite possible. There we go. And we're just going to roll it out. So we're going to do 3 of them. We are under the impression we need 3, so that's what we're going to do. There we go. Just roll that out. Moving around a little bit tonight, that's it. There we go. We don't need this to be very thick. To roll it out twice so we can get all 3 out. There we go. Let's grab the first one. So this is the penguin cookie cutter. You can see it's marked onto the cookie itself. So if you wanted to do royal icing, everything is there for you. And I'm just going to grab myself a plastic side scraper. I'm just going to pop that on top of there like that. Press down, give it a bit of a wiggle so it cleanly cuts through like so. Now I'm only interested in some of this being part of our penguin design. Let's turn it up that way. So I'm just going to press across there where the hat is, so I can feel the hat there. So that's the bit we're going to be cutting out. And this part here obviously is going to have the white on it. So we can just put that straight over the top, but it's quite nice to know exactly where that is. And then we'll carefully release it from, there we go, from the mould. We'll do that again. Pop that on there. Not 100% sure we'll get another one out of this, but we can try. Yep, we can. Good hope. Just about a little bit of icing sugar just to make sure we can get in there. Actually, we don't need the hat, so that's okay. We can definitely do it. Right, press that down. Give it a wiggle. Turn it upside down. And then we'll just go across where the hat is there. Just around the body there. Make sure we've got it all as best we can. Okay, flip it back the other way. Like so, that's our second one. And then we need one more. We're going to do 3 of them. They don't look quite like our gonks though. We do have gonks, don't we, Kelly?
We do have gonks.
We do have gonks. I'll show you my gonk cookie cutter. Have you got it over there, Kelly? Yeah, it's there. It's on the tray. Yeah, this is definitely penguins. And you see the gonk one, you'll see the difference between the two, and it is actually quite substantial. So that is our penguin and that's our gonk. So this is quite different from this. So this is a penguin with a hat on his head, and this one is the gonk. So we do have 2 cutters, 2 completely different ones. So if you are planning on making, although he looks like a wizard, he looks more like Dumbledore, this one. But if you do want to make a gnome one, then we do have a gnome cookie cutter. But we are using the penguin one tonight, which is the smaller one. But it is wearing a special Christmas hat, obviously. So, right, it's my plastic scraper again.
Have you got your laptop down here?
Yeah, it's in there. In my bag under my coat. Wow, what's up?
Someone wants to order the digital party sheets that's not available.
Oh no, they are. They've only just come in. I've obviously put a weird stock count in or something. Kelly will have a look at it for you now. So we'll take that and we'll flip that over again. And this is our last one. Just make sure we've marked the hat. And then we'll just mark around the outside edge there, like so, and press it out. There we go. Right, we've done our outline of our penguins. Next thing we're going to do is remove their hats, because obviously we don't want them to have black hats, so they're going to be coming off. So we'll take those off, like so. Now they look less like gonks, maybe. More like penguins. There we go. Make sure we've got that down on the side. Right, let's start by sticking them down. So we're not going to cut that middle bit out of the body. We're just going to stick that on later on. So we just take our royal icing. So this is royal icing with a little bit of water in it. Nothing too complicated. And we're going to pop that on there like so. I think we will need the cocoa butter painting, Kelly, for the eyes, won't we?
I thought you... No, I usually use 4mm sprinkles, but it's up to you what you want to do.
What, the black ones?
For the eyes, yeah.
But you need white centres to be able to see them.
Yeah, okay. You can always just pipe.
No, we'll get the cocoa butter going, I think. Let's just turn that on, set that up. It won't take a minute to do.
And the nose.
Hmm?
And the nose for the penguin.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be done in orange, wasn't it?
Yeah.
According to our fabulous drawing, everybody. There we go. And put it on there like so. So that's where we got to so far. Now we're going to give them some hats. You told Donna the hat cookie cutter is here. Came in yesterday, actually. I couldn't believe it. The hat.
Yeah, it came... Oh, I just realised where... Oh, no.
Yeah, the hat and the mittens has turned up. So our new cookie cutters, which is the hats and mittens and the gnome, they are all in at the moment. So we have got everything in stock. And more on their way because they did sell very well over the weekend. So if you want it straight away, you'll have to be fairly quick because it's we did sell out quite quickly of those. So just again taking a little bit of royal icing, popping it on there. And then we're just going to get a hat and we'll put it on the plastic scraper again. Let's turn it over that way. Pop that on, like so. And then we'll turn it upside down. Oops, I nearly turned it upside down. I took it out there a bit quick. Okay, we'll just press along there. It's just so we've got a mark where to cut it. And then we can cut it along there. And then his hat will fit on his head. We'll pop that on there like so. Penguin party this, please note. Is that right?
Penguin party cake.
Penguin party cake. There we go. They're all going to have blue hats. All right. So press that down. Flip that over. Oh, stuck to the thing this time. Oh well, at least I'm showing I'm normal, aren't I? Normalish. There we go. And press that along there. That's it. Got our line. I've got black on there now. No, that's come off. That's all right. There, a second hat, then one more hat, and then we'll do the middles of their faces and tummies. Oh yes, it goes white. I was thinking, how's that work?
What's gone white?
It's all right, it's me just getting my head round our lovely drawing earlier today.
Can't even remember some of it.
I know.
Obviously, it was that bad.
Right, let's put some icing sugar on it this time. Let's see if we can get the final one to actually do what I want it to do. So there we go. Right, let's flip that over. Press it down so you can feel where the hat is there. Take it out. That was a successful one. Look at that. Got there in the end. The last one. There we go. And we'll pop that on there like so. Okay, so we've got 3 penguins. They don't look like penguins at the moment, but they will do in a second. So we will now do their bodies. So again, we're going to take hold of some white sugar paste. Take a little bit out, don't do too much. And make sure I don't get black all over it, because sometimes it's on your hands. I'm just going to roll it straight away and hopefully I won't pick up any colour. There we go. Like so. So the blue paste that I'm using is called Colour Splash Navy. That's the colour. which is quite a nice colour, I think. Right, so we want the centre bit here this time. Now that centre bit is going to be quite shallow because it's further down into the cookie itself. So we're going to need to place that on. Then we're going to need to turn it over. Hope it comes off this time. Is it going to come off? Hold on. Didn't put any icing sugar on, so it might not. No, it's stuck. That's okay. I'm going to put some icing sugar on next time and then I'll know, won't I? Pop that in there like that. Okay, and then we're just going to press that down so we get the outside edge of his stomach. There we go, that's it. Like that. And then we're just going to take a cutting wheel and we're just going to go around the outside edge. Like so. So a cutting wheel is going to be easier than a knife. If you do it with a knife, you're going to find you won't be able to get around the corners quite so well as you can do with cutting wheel. Okay, there we go. A little bit more on there, just a little bit. And then that should slot in there. So it's like doing a jigsaw puzzle really, because then that fits in there. Like so. It's looking more like a penguin now. Can you find me another?
What do you need?
Sorry, I'll make do. It's right, don't worry.
Sure.
Yeah. Hold that there. Right. See if I can actually remember what I was doing this time.
Icing sugar.
No, I've done it. It's all right. I'm gonna flip it over. Press it down. Okay, turn it back. There we go, cut it out. Use the smaller end, it seems to be a little bit easier than using the larger end. Okay, around we go. One more and we're there. We can then put our features and our little bits of decoration on them and they'll be done. So if you're making cookies for Christmas, and say Christmas is, I don't know what day is Christmas, Sunday? Sunday. So you can do them in advance. You don't have to do them on the day or even the day before. So you can do them at least a week ahead of yourself. So get organised, get everything ready and just store them in a box and then everything will be ready. But you could do these as like name place settings or something.
Oh, see who's stealing my ideas now, eh?
Ah, you see, clever. It's because you're so clever, Kelly, you see.
I know. I wonder where I get it from.
I know you get it from me.
Dad.
I'm not sure your dad is blessed with creative levels of skill here, Kelly. Right, there we go. Round we go. Oh, I'm probably going off the camera by then. Let's go back there. And there. Okay, done. Right, so that's that. Pop that on there. Let that dry. This would be good actually because it will give these a chance to dry before we have to move them onto the cake. I think we've done this in the right order actually. Okay, so that's that bit done. And then what we're going to use some of our 4mm sprinkles, which we list as eyes, I think, don't we?
They're either as ghost eyes or
eyes, basically. So what we're going to do is we will take hold of them. I'm just going to see if we can get a tiny little blob of icing without putting down too much. So a little blob there. There we go. And then you can take hold of these. Now, because the sugar paste is still soft, you can embed them in. But you do need a little bit of royal icing just to hold them in place. There we go. Push them down. Like so. They're starting to look a bit more penguin-like now. Okay, let's give them, oh, I'm painting, aren't I? By the looks, I can see that's been set up for me.
pink cheeks.
Sorry?
Did you want pink cheeks?
I will
as
do
well?
pink cheeks, but I'll do that with the cocoa butter. So the cocoa butter's just arrived, for those of you that can see it in the corner. So this is the cocoa butter setup that we have, which is a chrome food warmer with a tea light underneath it. And then we have a metal paint palette on top. This is cocoa butter that was solid, that's now melted because it's hot. And we have two dusting colours there. We have egg yellow, it looks like, and cream. White, sorry, white. So I'm in cream mode today. And all I'm going to do is just take a paintbrush. Which one have I got here? Oh, that's too big. Let's go for a smaller one. So this one is paintbrush 1, which I've obviously been painting green earlier today. So we'll get rid of that. So I'm just going to take that and just clean it in a piece of kitchen roll. The tiniest bit I probably could have added found. I don't know why I went for a bit so small, but I did. There we go. Like that. And then we're going to grab some of this yellow and we'll put a little bit of white in there. We decided on upside down triangle, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to take our brush and literally paint an upside down triangle. So there we go. Like so. Probably need it a bit stronger actually. Let's go more neat, this one. That's better. Okay, we'll do this one. There we go, and this one as well. So you can give them features and things if you want to sort of, you know, jazz them up a little bit. You can do all sorts of things with them. There we go. They look like triplets at the moment. Now, what you can do with their eyes to make them look brighter is if you take hold of your brush again, grab some of the white and just mix up a little bit of white colour, then at least it will look like you can put a tiny little white dot in their eye and it will brighten their expression, because at the moment they're looking a little bit gormless. So if we
They
just,
do look like they're holding hands.
they look like they're holding hands. Okay, so if we put a little dot on their eye, it will change the way they look. So just a little dot. Do need this to be a little bit thicker though. It's better. And then this one. And you'll see it just makes them look a little bit brighter than before. Then we're going to decorate their hats. So we're going to use the lovely sprinkles again, of course we are. And we're just going to use some of the things that are actually in there. So let me bring my other brush in. Let's find the other one.
What do you need?
Just a small paper. Oh, is that a small paintbrush? Yeah, this will do. Okay, so we're just going to use a little bit of the royal icing, and we'll just put a few little dots on there, and we'll put a few snowflakes on this one. So we won't make it too complicated.
And it's still out of the frozen blue mix, isn't it?
And it's still out of our frozen blue mix. Okay, and then this one here. He can have a star maybe. Let's give him a star. He can have a big star. He might actually need a bit more royal icing actually if we're going to put a big star on him, because it will need a bit more to hold it in place. There we go. He can have a big star and a couple of snowflakes. There we go. They're like party hats, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're cute ones.
Cute party hats. There we go. And then we'll just do this one the same. We'll just do some more snowflakes on here because we are going to set this up onto our cake shortly. So don't forget, we're doing everything in reverse this evening. So we're making all our decorations first. So we've already done the tree. We've already done the penguins.
What about a star right on the top of the hat?
You want to put a star on what? A big one?
Yeah, on the top.
On all of them?
No, on just one of them.
Which one would you like?
The end one.
The end one you want a big star on. As it's you, Kelly, I will do that just for you. How about that? Are you happy with that?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Don't forget about your pink cheeks.
I'm going to do the pink cheeks right now. Did you leave any pink
I
dust?
didn't, because...
We could use Whisper Pink. Is that not strong enough?
No.
Need blush pink. Maybe we need a star. Oh, actually,
There you go.
why don't we put a big star on the top of all of them? What do you think?
Because then all of them have different hats.
Oh, you want them all to have different hats, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that then. Right, that's that one. And then we'll take hold of the blush pink and we'll just make their cheeks a little bit rosy.
Well, it's cold outside, so they're going to
So
have
we've got a
rosy.
tiny bit of blush pink mixed with a little bit of white. And then we'll just dab it on there. Cute penguins. There we go. Same again. Like that. And then this one here. Like that. There we go. That's a nice little cute selection of penguins, I think. What do you think, Cal?
Very cute.
I passed the penguin test. Okay, let me just pick those up so you can have a little look at them. There they are with their little cheeks and their blusher. As all penguins have, they have blusher, don't they, Kel?
Of course.
The Madagascar penguins. Do you know what? I was thinking that's exactly what's going through my mind. Right, okay, so we'll reorganise ourselves now. So I think we're at the point of covering, aren't we? I think we've managed to get ourselves that far forward already. Is that right?
Yes.
I think we've done everything. Right, okay, let's move things around. Okay, so we're going to bring our cake in. Just move my gong out of the way. That there. That there.
Sorry.
And need a thing of water, but I can't see them. It's alright, I'll just use the glass there. We'll clean that one out. Okay. That's fine. So I'm just getting myself some water so I can sort this cake out. Right, let's put the cake onto the turntable. Let's change the angle of the camera a little bit so we can see what's going on.
Don't forget to blow the candle out.
Don't forget to blow the candle out, always very important. Right, so we've got a slightly dodgy camera stand that likes to sort of, well, I'm not too sure what it's doing, but it sort of leans. That's all I can describe it as. Right, that's our cake for this evening. So I'm just going to move my penguins over here with my tree. Might need to sparkle their hats up actually. Think I can, looking at it with the tree, but we'll see how we go. We've got some water in a glass here, and this cake is, because someone's going to ask me, I know it. Let me measure it for you, and I will tell you how big it is. So it's already been ganached, so that was done in advance. So it's a 5 by 5 cake, so 5 inches across by 5 inches in height. So that's the size of the cake we're going to be using tonight, and I have already ganached it, which means I've gone over it with white chocolate ganache, ready to give me a base to cover this cake. Okay, so we're just going to go round with some water, and we're just going to make sure the cake is wet so that when we come to put our sugar paste on it, it's going to stick, which is very important because the base is completely dry, and if we don't do that, then it won't stick. So that's what we're going to do next. I'll keep going. A bit there on the end that needs to come off. Let me take that off. Otherwise that's going to show through when we sugar paste it. So a little bit of ganache there. Just take that bit off there, but a lump. Don't really want that. Okay. Job done. Okay, right, now we can try and do the board at the same time. I'm not holding out much hope because it's very tall, but we'll do it anyway. We'll set it up as if we're going to do it in one. It'd be nice if we could do it in one. Well, I won't know till I get going. Let me move the cocoa butter out of the way while we blow out that candle as well.
Don't forget.
Let's do that now.
So everyone is our witness. The
candle is now blown out. Okay, here we go. Right, let's sort this out. So let's make sure our table isn't wet. So we're just going to be using some white sugar paste. I am actually using Massachusetts tonight because that's what I've got. Okay, I'll go onto this camera for a second. So I've already given it a little bit of a knead before we came on air, but I'm going to just give it a little bit more of a knead now because it absolutely nearly killed me last week because it was
like a brick.
It was like a brick. It was cold. When it gets to the winter time, sugar paste always gets really cold, and it can be much more hard work to actually put together. So I have to say, I did decide this morning that I would definitely need it before I went live this time. That was a conscious decision. There we go. Right, I'm going to just move that camera across a little bit. Get rid of this cake for the moment because it's in my way.
Do you want me to hold it?
No, I'm going to just try and put it here.
Put the royal icing on there.
Yeah, take that. Put that there. So I'm juggling to find space. Okay, so icing sugar down because I don't want it to stick to the board. And then off we go. So let's try and see what we can do in one or not, as the case may be. Just see how we go. I got in the middle of that. Right, that's probably a sprinkle or something there, my luck. Okay.
It doesn't matter if you get it all in one, remember, because we're only doing the base.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing the what, sorry?
Base royal icing, aren't we?
So we're only going over in one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. The whole base is royal icing.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. See, I wasn't paying attention to the plan.
Oh, see, and that is why we do such beautiful drawings.
I know. You're right. We don't need to do that bit. Okay. We don't need to worry about that then. I've got in there some blue icing nearly, although it doesn't matter, does it? Because I'm going to rename that. Oh, right. Let's start again. Didn't matter because we're going to colour it anyway. Right. Okay. Let's start again. There we go. Right, I might have to just lift this camera. This camera is so low. It's literally, I cannot see what I'm doing. There we go. That's better. There has to be a limit if I'm actually trying to, I need to be able to actually see what I'm doing. So there we go. Right, so this is Masticino, which is a sugar paste. It's the one we've got tonight. It's a good one for doing tall cakes because it doesn't tend to tear. So I like this one a lot. Something like this anyway. Keep going. It does take a bit of time to get going, but once it's going, it's really quite good. So you just have to kind of go through the pain barrier a little bit with this. Did you change those figures on that?
Yeah, I just put 10 down for now.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, there's 30 of them. I don't know why it's done that. Maybe I'll put 3 and zeroed it out in the process of the gingerbread men. We do an assorted pack of transfer sheets for Christmas as well, but just remember that we choose those for you. So there's no guarantees that you're going to get a specific design that you want. So if you do particularly want penguins, then you have to order the penguins because we cannot guarantee that you will get penguins in your assorted pack. So I don't want anyone to be sort of under the illusion that they're going to definitely get penguins, because you might not. We just pick them out for you. But it's quite a good way of being able to get 4 transfer sheets. 4 transfers for £12.50, I think it is. So it's cheaper than buying them individually, but you don't get a say in what you get. So don't message me and say, I know I've ordered that, but can I have that? Because it will be a no. Because we've probably packed it by then, won't we, Kelly?
Yeah, we're on it.
We're on it at the moment.
Trying to be.
Yeah, our mail order is near enough up to date, I think. Near enough. We've got a couple outstanding, but we're actually on it at the minute, so not too bad. So while I'm still rolling this, I'm going to tell you I'm live tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, I'm live on Patchwork Cutters Club. So Patchwork Cutters Club is a Facebook group that is available. It's a free demonstration, just like this is, but it's for painting, so it's not me doing this. It's a painting demonstration, and that's at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So I normally do 1, but it's changed to 3 tomorrow because I've got a couple of things I need to do first. So 3 o'clock, that's a painting demonstration on the Facebook for Patchwork Cutters Club. All right, please make sure you get the right page. So don't come back here because I won't be here. And then on Saturday at 10 o'clock, we will be live on Let's Shop Kate Live, which is our other Facebook page, which is our shopping channel. So that's where we show you even more of our lovely cutters that we have, and cupcake ideas and all sorts of different things that we have. So we will be live on Saturday as well, 10 o'clock. And then the following Tuesday we won't be here because we're going to be doing Let's Shop on a Friday night the following week. So I have started to put posts up about it so people are aware, because unfortunately I have 2 weddings to go to next Saturday and I can't do Let's Shop next Saturday, so we're going to do it on the Friday night instead. So there will not be a live here next Tuesday. I think England are playing football as well, for those of you that actually watch football. That's not me. Definitely not. But I'm just letting you know now what we're doing. I'm slowly updating our events page, so you will see it change shortly. I've got a bit of an air bubble. Let's get rid of that. Right, I think we're almost there while I've been chattering away. It's quite a tough roll, this masa, but it's well worth it.
It's also cold. So
And it's cold in here. There we go. Right, make sure we can pick it up, which we can, which is all good. Right, I'm going to grab one of our smedger edges. There we go. And we're just going to go round, flatten out our sugar paste. Make sure it's going to go over the top. It might need a tiny bit more. So I'm just looking at it out the corner of my eye. The only thing is with it, as Kelly's rightly said, we're not doing the board. We're doing the board slightly differently tonight. So that helps us, because we definitely don't need to go over it in one, thank goodness.
Save us some paste.
Save us some paste. Save me some stress.
Save you some money.
And save us some money. There we go, all in one. Bargain, eh? Right, smedger edger, there we go. Done. Right, now we're going to do it. So I'm just going to wipe the water off the cake board, because actually I don't want it to stick now. So we'll take that off. We're going to bring the cake in. Just going to swap cameras so you can see a bit better. She says, hopefully. A little bit better. Let's tip that up a bit. It's all right, this camera leans, which is very unhelpful. Okay, and we're going to pick this up, start at the bottom, take it over the top and flip it over like so. There we go. Right, let's move it back. We're going to take hold of the smedger. We're going to start at the top and we're going to bring the sugar paste to the edge of the cake with hopefully no air bubbles. So that's what we're going to do. So we're not going to cover the board. We're just going to cover the cake, as Kelly reminded me.
You're welcome.
There we
I'm
go.
not just paid to sit here.
No. So if you are not available at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to watch the live dem on Patchwork Cutters Club, or even this one, if you're never available to watch our live dems, you can go back and watch them. So the Patchwork Cutters Club one, you will need to go to that particular page, but once the dem is complete, then it will stay on the page. So I've done loads of painting for Patchwork Cutters this year, so if you want to catch up with any of those, you can go over and have a look, and you can treat them as paint-along tutorials if you want to.
Or just something nice and relaxing.
Yeah, or something to watch. So you can go back. It's a bit like this as well. If you've joined us late and you want to watch it from the beginning, once the live's finished, you will be able to do that. And this one will stay on my YouTube channel, as will Let's Shop Cake Live. They are also all on my YouTube channel together. So we're streaming live on YouTube as we speak, hopefully.
Well, I haven't seen anyone say it,
No, I know. So all being well, we are. Right, so we're nearly down to the bottom. Doesn't take that long to go, not really. And actually you can see I would have been able to do this in one. I am tempted, actually, I am tempted, because then I could just do the snow. Oh no, because the Wonder Dust will pick up. No, ignore me. Could always do a bit separately if we needed to. Just wonder if we've got enough royal icing. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll do it all in one, and then we can put the white over the top.
Or
Or
is it might pick up on the frozen dough.
Or
you do royal icing and chuck a bunch of
chuck.
Chuck up the white clouds on the bottom to cover up anything.
It's the chucking part that worries me, Kelly.
Gently lay.
Gently lay. Place. Hey. Okay, we'll do it separately. Right, so we're going around with the smedging now. So we've got to the base of the cake. We're just going around and we're just pushing this in. There we go. Like so, you can see it going down and in like that, but we're going to cut it off. We're going to cut it off with a plastic side scraper. So we're going to just use the edge of that, go all the way around. Let's see that at the bottom there, like so. Around a bit more around this way. Take that off. There we go. That's stuck. That's better.
Magic.
Right. Magic. And we've got quite a lot left over, which is even better. So we'll get rid of that. Okay. Now we're going to grab our smedger. We're going to go round. We're just going to tidy it all up. So pull it right down to the bottom. Make sure we've got it in position. Now I actually stuck this cake down with some chocolate earlier today, so it's not going anywhere. So chocolate, royal icing, anything like that. I just find chocolate if you want to set it quick. When I made my tree, I basically then stuck the cake down with the chocolate that I had. So that's worked out quite well. There we go. And again, I'll just take my scraper and just go across the up close now. You can always use a knife if you want to, but I just always find the plastic side scrapers just does the job.
Someone says they use a credit card, an old credit card.
Yeah, you see, I could imagine that would be quite good.
Not your current credit card.
Not your current credit card now. We took that one shopping, didn't we, on Tuesday, Cal?
Yeah.
Right, there we go. So let me just tidy this all up. Now, have I got to my disposal? Yes, I have. So if you want to make the edges a little bit sharper, you can use one of these, which is called a sharp top edger. It's part of the same range as the smedger. So we'll just go round like so. And then that will just sharpen it all up for you a little bit, if you prefer it like that. So we can do that side. There we go. That's it. We've got an air bubble appearing there. We have. I can see it. So let's get rid of that. Hold on. I'm chucking things everywhere now. Let's get rid of that. When you start to move this sugar paste around, that is when you start to see where your troubles are, so where you might see your air bubbles appear. So it's quite important to do these bits, because then you can see. The last thing you want to do is have air bubbles appearing after you've finished putting on the Wonder Dust, because otherwise it's going to appear and you're going to have to mess about with it and it's going to get everywhere. So let's now check it, make sure it's all okay. Go around as well, right up to the top. You can always turn the smedger for it to work a little bit harder if you need it to in certain places. Otherwise this thing is brilliant. We're pretty much there, aren't we? Got an air bubble there, something else rogue going on there, so we'll have that while we can see it. Sometimes you can be lucky and you can get none whatsoever, and then other times you can do it and you get loads. There's no theory to this, because if I knew what it was, then I wouldn't do it, would I? Likewise, I wouldn't be telling you to do it either. There's definitely something going on at the top here. That's fine now. There. Okay, we're happy with that. Right, so we've done that bit, we've left this board clear for the moment. What we're going to do now is we're going to make a mess, basically. we're going to get out the Wonder Dust. So we're going to take hold of some Trek. So I'm just moving my equipment around so it also doesn't end up being covered in Treks, Wonder Dust and everything else. We're going to grab hold of some white fat. I think we have a discussion about Treks practically every week as to where to get it from, don't we? So you're going to put a thin layer of this, and by that I do mean thin, because if you put on a thick layer it will work against you. So you have to cover it, but you have to not put on too much, because if you put too much on it's a nightmare to deal with. And that's a very thin layer, very thin. Okay, so don't go putting on absolutely tons of it because it's not going to help you. So a light coating across all of that. And we're going to use Wonder Dust Frozen Blue, and we're going to cover our cake. So it's going to become a nice bright blue sparkly cake. Actually, while you're doing this as well, you can carry on checking for air bubbles. So if you see anything going wrong, then you can sort it out. So I've got to look what I did with that brush in a minute, Kel. You know, the buffing one that I decided I was going to put somewhere in a nice special place before we went. Oh, it's here, it's underneath me. So I've got it. The thing is, just before we go live, I normally put things in special places, don't I, Kelly?
Always.
And then that's when it starts going wrong.
That happens whether we're on a live or not.
Whether we're on a live or we're not on a live.
Is it better to let fondant dry before adding
Well,
Treks?
I don't ever get to the point where it gets dry, because I'm on lives normally, so I've never done it dry. I have no idea. So, oh no, I have done it I've done it dry on wedding cakes, and I'd say it's exactly the same. I wouldn't say there's any difference at all. It is exactly the same. So the answer to that question is, as long as you're not, the key to this is making sure you don't put your fingerprints into it. That's what I was thinking. So if it is dry, then you obviously won't have your fingerprints. But if it isn't, then you've got more chance. So just be careful. That's why I'm saying it's only very light. I'm not sort of gouging my fingers into it. Right, here we go. I'm setting up this mess area. So frozen blue. This is one of the original pots of frozen blue that we've got. I think we've got some more somewhere if we need it. I'm going to just tip that out onto my piece of kitchen roll, and then we're just going to take a fluffy brush. So go off to oh, I was trying to think.
Superdrug.
Oh, is it frozen? No, it's carried on. This camera's frozen. No, is it catching up with me now? I think this camera might have frozen. Can you just have a look?
It's still playing for me.
Is it still playing? Oh, okay. It's called up again now. Looked like it frozen. It frozen
It
with.
just said waiting for live videos.
Okay,